English equivalent for the Persian proverb, the mountain just gave birth to a mouse. I'm looking for an idiom or expression to describe a well-known person, organization, politician, government whose achievements in a given situation are smaller than what they had claimed or promised to be. We Iranians have a proverb that literally means, the roaring mountain just gave birth to a mouse. Its etymology is like this. Once a volcanic mountain started roaring, hissing, and bursting bubbles. The people were waiting to see what would happen after all those huge roarings and loud booms. Finally, the volcano activity stopped and the people saw just a tiny mouse came out of there, rather than a monster that was expected to come. So they said mockingly, "Heh! After all those huge roarings, the big mountain just gave birth to a tiny mouse." Notes: the roaring mountain symbol for an apparently big equals important and strong person here is figured like a woman who is screaming and shouting while is delivering her baby. We use this proverb for mocking an important person, organization, government, etc. Ironically, when they have used broad advertisements or have spent much money or resources over doing something noticeable, but the result achievement is less noticeable than it was claimed or promised to be. Is there any equivalent for this Persian proverb? I just found, much ado about nothing. Would it convey the same connotation?
This is a famous proverb in virtually all languages. Best known perhaps from the Roman poet Horace, 1st century ad parturient montes, nascita ridiculus mus, the mountains will be in labor, and a ridiculous mouse will be brought forth. A common English version is, a mountain gave birth to a mouse.
All talk and no trousers, TFD. Full of boastful, arrogant, or shallow talk that never materializes into results. A variant of all mouth and trousers, meaning the same thing. Primarily heard in UK, the team's manager keeps promising title after title, but is seeming like all talk and no trousers at this point. There are different versions of this idiom, all something and no some other thing.
The term damp squib comes to mind. A situation or event which is much less impressive than expected. My moment of power was a damp squib. Uydu. So, in your intended context, you could describe either the underperforming politician or the unimpressive event as a damp squib. He said he was going to start a revolution, but it turned out to be a bit of a damp squib. The Free Dictionary gives a nice note about the origin of this term. A squib is a type of firework, a small container filled with chemicals which explodes to produce bright lights and loud noises, and if it becomes wet, it will not explode. The incendiary root dovetails nicely with your idiom's volcano metaphor.
Full of hot air refers to someone who talks a lot and makes big claims, but with no action behind their words. Similarly, there's all talk, no action. The phrases essentially mean the same thing. The first more emphasizes the boastfulness of the subject, the second more emphasizes the lack of action. These terms can be used to refer to anyone, not just people in positions of authority or expected influence. That politician is full of hot air. He makes all these claims about how he's going to make the world a better place, but really he's all talk and no action.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.